Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at orchestral mixes. Specifically, how to put vocals into an orchestral mix. We've got ourselves some orchestral parts pre-recorded here. We're working with strings, brass and drum. So what we're going to do is have a quick listen back to the bass layer and see what we can do to improve it. Pretty standard, pretty good. But what we're now going to do is introduce our singing layer, and we're going to mix that in using all of the tips that we've learned from previous tutorials. So let's have a listen just to the raw combination of the two. Well, great. It sounds like he's having the time of his life. So first things first is we're going to put on a big old reverb, because everyone likes putting on a big old reverb, don't they? Let's just stick on, I don't know, let's put him inside a big church and make that church big and make it super big and make him far away. And because it's a big church, got ourselves a church. But what else, I think you're asking? I'm going to add a delay, and now this is Valhalla Supermassive. It's a free plugin. It's actually amazing, and it can do all sorts of effects. So I think, and it's so good. Why limit yourself to one? Honestly, I just don't know why you would ever limit yourself to just one. It's a flavor that it can't be superseded by anything in life. Now, these are just some base settings. Obviously, you can go figure out all of the different, because it's a Sudoku. There's a way that all of these work together. Mostly just by doing this, that sort of works. And dialing in random numbers, which, is always a good metric. Sounding very fresh, if you don't mind me saying. That's a manageable sound. That's a sound that I can get on board with. Speaking of getting on board with, let's add some small, quiet distortion to this in the form of some guitar amps. What about, you know what? We're not in the city right now. Take yourself and plant yourself mid-Tuscany. It's winter, but don't worry, because it's Tuscany and it's lovely. Not raining, only a little bit muggy. That's where we are. And we've got a country twang to prove it. Perfect. Now that really takes me back to the Tuscany. Ah, so fresh, so nice. So delight. So that's sounding, I would say, sounding really good. We've got another layer to add on here, which is sort of, it's sort of like another piece of backing vocals, which will help liven up the track. Let's have a listen. This is Subway fresh if I've ever heard of fresh. Good notes. I mean, it is good notes. Good note, daddy. that's a spicy boy. Now that's the spicy boy I can get into. Let's just limit that real quick. Okay, fantastic. This is sounding great. Let me just limit these. Limiting your tracks is great if they're being a bit rowdy. It's almost like getting a leash and saying, "Hey, buddy, get back into this pen that I built for you." Now, this is sounding good. I mean, it is getting a little lost. So what we're going to do is that we're going to add buzz down, stick a post fader, pre-fader, and this is just going to mean that we're going to have a really nice and clean signal, so that we can just stick a little happy this on. So this is sounding pretty good. I mean, we could definitely have more and make them higher up. Imagine you putting them on a shelf, and that shelf makes them sound teeny tiny. That's lovely. That's a lovely, fresh, orchestral sound. Let's just remind ourselves how far we've come. From this fairly humdrum existence, you know, it's just a bit of orchestral brass, strings, and drums. So that's sounding really fresh, and I'm gonna be honest, there's very little I can do legally to fix this, but what I can do is our big friend, just randomly dial us in. It's got some fork. No, that's not what that says. Slap, that's what that says. Okay. You can agree this was successful, really successful. Damn. All right, bye.